In the quiet countryside of Montana, there lived an old woman named Agnes Wilkins. Locals often said she was the happiest woman alive, even though her life was full of tragedy. Her husband had died in a fire, her only son had gone missing during a forest expedition, and she lived entirely alone in a crumbling wooden house by the woods. Despite this, every time someone visited her, Agnes smiled. She served cookies, hummed lullabies, and whispered, "You must learn how to be happy in every situation." No one really understood her. People assumed she was mentally disturbed by grief. One day, a young psychology student named Claire Dawson from New York visited the village to write a research paper titled "The Psychology of Positivity Among the Elderly." She heard of Agnes and was instantly intrigued. Claire knocked on the crooked wooden door one chilly afternoon. The door creaked open slowly. "Come in, dear," Agnes said, smiling warmly, though her pale blue eyes seemed vacant. "I was just expecting someone like you." Claire stepped inside, noting the strange antique furniture, the dim lights, and dozens of porcelain dolls sitting silently on every shelf. "You live alone?" Claire asked. "Oh, yes," Agnes giggled. "But I'm never really alone." Claire didn't understand. She began her interview. Agnes answered every question with positivity. "My husband burning alive? A blessing. My son vanishing? A lesson. The voices in my walls? Companionship." Claire froze. Voices. Agnes leaned forward, her smile widening unnaturally. "You'll hear them soon enough, my dear. Just listen and be happy." That night, Claire decided to stay in the village at the only guest house available. But she couldn't sleep. Agnes's words haunted her. At 2:13 a.m., Claire's phone buzzed. A message from an unknown number. "She's watching you. Don't go back." Terrified, Claire turned off her phone. But the next day, curiosity won. She returned to the house. Agnes was waiting with tea. "Did you sleep well?" Claire nodded slowly. "You mentioned voices. Can you tell me more?" Agnes chuckled, walked to a door beneath the stairs, and unlocked it. "You must hear them yourself." Claire hesitated, then stepped inside. It was pitch black. The door slammed shut behind her. Screams, whispering, cold hands brushing against her skin. When she managed to open the door and escape hours later, she was disoriented, pale, and crying. Agnes sat calmly on her chair, petting a doll. "You see, child? Happiness is accepting what comes, even the cursed." Claire ran out of the house and fled the village. Weeks later, back in New York, Claire tried to share her story. No one believed her. She had bruises, nightmares, and panic attacks. Yet every time she tried to forget, a voice in her ear whispered, "You must be happy in every situation." One morning, her roommate found Claire sitting in the dark, smiling strangely, rocking a porcelain doll she didn't own. "She said I should smile. So I smile," Claire whispered. Back in Montana, Agnes added a new doll to her collection, one that looked eerily like Claire. And her house? It remains open for visitors. For those who want to learn how to truly be happy in every situation. Claire was never the same after returning from Montana. Friends began to avoid her. She spoke to herself, stared at walls, and whispered strange chants. One evening, her roommate Amelia confronted her. "Claire, what happened in that old woman's house?" Claire looked up slowly, her eyes almost lifeless. "She taught me how to be happy, even in darkness." That night, Amelia found the porcelain doll again, the one Claire had brought back. Its face was now cracked, and its eyes had moved. Amelia threw the doll in the bin. But by morning, it was back on the shelf, clean, unbroken, and smiling. Amelia contacted the Montana village and asked about Agnes Wilkins. The local sheriff said, "There's no Mrs. Wilkins. That house burned down 20 years ago, with her inside." Amelia dropped the phone. She rushed to Claire's laptop and found the interview file. There was only static and one sentence on screen repeating over and over. "She's watching. She's watching. She's watching." Amelia panicked. She packed her things and left the apartment that night. But Claire stayed. And each morning, she would place a new doll on the shelf. All of them with familiar faces, her professors, neighbors, even Amelia. Each night, she whispered to them, "You must learn to smile, even when your soul is gone." 1 month later, a famous ghost hunting YouTuber named Bradley Chase heard the viral urban legend and decided to investigate the story for his channel. He arrived at Claire's flat in New York with his crew. Claire greeted them at the door. She was dressed in all black. The apartment was now filled with over 200 dolls. "You're welcome to stay the night," she said, "but only if you're ready to be happy." That night, Bradley live-streamed from the living room. Fans in the comments noticed strange things. A doll blinked on camera. Claire's shadow moved, but she stood still. Whispering echoed through the stream, though no one spoke. At exactly 3:33 a.m., the stream cut off. The next morning, police found the apartment empty. No bodies. No signs of struggle. Only the camera was still recording, pointed at a single doll. It looked exactly like Bradley. The Montana house that was supposedly burned down? It's back. Rebuilt exactly the same. No one saw who rebuilt it. Locals avoid the road that leads there. Those who pass by hear laughter and see shadows in the window. Inside the house sits Agnes Wilkins, still smiling, still waiting. And next to her, a doll that looks exactly like Claire, dressed in black, eyes wide open, mouth stitched into a smile. And just above the fireplace, carved into the wall, "Happiness is forever when you belong to her." Blackout. End of story.